Yo, 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 what up, y'all? Welcome to the first pilot episode of the Rush Hour Show featuring the Burnt Egg Roll and the homie
Uncanny.
The purpose of our show is to expand the consciousness of people and give our point of view on current events and past events. Thank you to everybody tuning in. You guys might know me from my P.V.R LYFE channel. He also has his own channel. It's called Beauty and the Gamer, right?
Well, I'm a part of another channel. It's not really my own channel.
Oh, okay, right on. Right now we're filming on a Sunday, so new podcasts will be up every Tuesdays. Yeah, every Tuesdays. We'll try to get them up every Tuesday, so stay tuned. The main topics that we want to talk about are sports, hip-hop, music. Doesn't necessarily have to be hip-hop. It could just be
music in general.
Yep.
Yeah.
We might talk about certain songs that are out, that are hot at the moment, so we might kind of dissect songs a little bit and see what the lyrics are like, listen a little bit harder for beats.
We will be talking about beats too, because that's very important to me. I love the beats.
This is a beats guy. Later at the end of the show, we'll have to do another plug. I think he has SoundCloud or Bandcamp.
Both, actually. But we'll go into that later. Stay tuned.
We'll talk about current events, things of that nature, but probably later on down the line in the future. Right now, we want to keep the podcast a little bit more light, keep it more fun for you guys. We might do like trying foods, drinks later.
Absolutely.
I guess we could start off with the NBA.
Let's do it.
A lot of free agency moves, trades. Lonzo Ball going to the Lakers.
So before we go into that, sorry to interrupt. What do you think about how the finals turned out? Let's start with that, yeah? I mean, that seems like a good starting point.
Yeah, for sure. The reason why the finals, they were so interesting this year is because it could have went either way.
Potentially, yes.
I mean, technically there was a clear favorite as far as like everybody was like the Warriors, but I think there was so much more so than that. It was the animosity towards Kevin Durant for making that move. A lot of people called it the weakest move of any NBA superstar.
I wouldn't say it's the weakest, but I mean, he did go to a team that broke the regular season record for wins.
Yeah.
The prior season.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he was going to a bad team or even a mediocre team. He went to the best team in the NBA to win a title, which I don't have a problem with because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to win a championship. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I personally don't like it,
Yeah.
but I'm a LeBron fan, so I'm not supposed to like it. But what do you think about it?
That topic is always going to be subjective because people are always like, yeah, you're not a great player unless you get a ring. But I disagree with that. I feel like I respect a player more in his career if he tries his hardest to bring ring or a championship to his city, even if he doesn't get it.
Right.
You know, I feel like, it's like 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying.
Yeah.
You know, so you stay loyal, man. And if you don't get it, you don't get it, you know, but you compete and you try to bring the best, you know, you try to be the best leader and try to bring everybody around you and elevate their games, you know.
But how do you deal with the criticism that you're going to face if you never win that title? Barkley, Ewing, Malone, all these guys have to face constant criticism because they couldn't get over in the Jordan years, basically. So these young guys now are like, I'm not going to be that guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to where I have to go to win that title. Because I don't want people to look back and say, oh, he never won a championship. Oh, he won MVPs, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Steve Nash has 2 MVPs and no finals.
Yeah. But I would never say Steve Nash was not a great player, though.
I wouldn't say he
mean?
wasn't a great player either, but
I think he was a very great player.
I
Above
think
average.
it's questionable that he won those MVPs. I think Iverson and Shaq could have taken those MVPs from him in those 2 years.
Yeah. That's why it's so hard in basketball, because basketball is the ultimate team sport. So when you argue great individual players in such a team-orientated sport, it gets, the lines get a little
muddy,
blurry.
little muddy, yeah.
Definitely.
What do you think about the number 1 pick this year?
Number 1 pick, Markelle Fultz.
Going to Philly.
I don't see it in this guy for some reason.
No?
I don't think he's going to lead them. Because I always look at what he did in prior years. And well, when he was was he on the Huskies?
Washington Huskies, yeah.
Washington Huskies, right? Like, he was a good player, but he didn't
put them over the hump.
Yeah.
They were still
He's not a winner. He didn't
trash
prove that he was a winner. Or
So
like,
on the flip side of that, Lonzo Ball took UCLA to the tournament.
Most definitely.
Are you thinking Lonzo's going to be a better pro?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Because Lonzo Ball, he elevates everybody around him. He hasn't been on a team that he didn't make better, you know, and he's kind of like the anti-Kobe.
That's an inflammatory statement there. But no, I agree with you.
Who wanted to play with Kobe, man?
But I think as far as Markel goes, I don't think he has to be that franchise-changing player because they already have Joel Embiid. So he just has to fit into the puzzle.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
And Simmons and all these other guys that they have, they just have to put it all together.
Ben Simmons isn't a winner either, though. You saw what he did, That dude's supposed to be a playmaker, like a point forward playmaker. He's not. He's not an outside shooter. He's proven he can't shoot outside.
They compare his game to LeBron.
Yeah, but I think he's a better playmaker. Like, he gets his teammates involved. Like, Ben Simmons, I don't know.
Well, we haven't seen him play yet,
too.
So that can also skew the perspective.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see when he gets on the court this year. Hopefully he'll stay healthy and we'll see what they got.
Yep. Plus, that guy, he made a lot of questionable decisions, I think, leading up into the draft,
Such as?
There was some type of controversy about his statements about, like, his work ethic or things of that nature. It's been a while, so I can't exactly remember. But there was his track record wasn't clean. He wasn't like one of those guys that he was just like about his business as far as like basketball.
Right. All right, so now I guess we get into a little bit of the free agency and the trades that's going on. What do you want to start with?
A lot of stuff going down. Since we're from the LA area, I want to kind of talk about Blake Griffin. Not just Blake Griffin, but also the other moves that the Clippers have been making like recently, like what they've lost, because this guy's a big Clippers fan.
That's right.
This is his team, so a lot of the stuff that we're going to talk about, it means something to him more so than me.
It affects me directly because I am a fan of the team.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of the team since about 95, 96, somewhere around there. I put my time in, through all the bad years, all the lottery picks that they had to have over the years. So I put my time in. So, well, here's the thing. For me, I knew this was coming already. I knew it was either going to be CP or Blake. And I've been telling people for a long time, if we have to lose one, I'd rather lose CP. I think Blake still has the bigger upside. Mm-hmm. I think CP is going to be on the decline. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but within the next 4 years, he's going to be on the decline. And I think Blake still has another level or two to get to. And I think he can get there. I'm not sure Doc Rivers is a coach to bring that out of him, but that's my opinion. What do you think?
You're saying Doc Rivers, you don't know if Doc Rivers has
the potential to make Blake
to
the next level. I think Doc's overrated as a coach.
But is that more so Doc, or is it Blake Griffin's skill set? I think he's capped out. Do you think he can show us more than what he's been showing us?
Yeah. I think he's a better playmaker than he's showing right now because he has good passing vision. I think he's not the defender he should be with his athleticism. Like, he's one of the best athletes in the NBA. I feel like he should be a better defender, and I don't think Doc pushes him to get to that defensive level he should be at.
Interesting.
Those are just my takes. Well, what do you think then? Is it doom and gloom for LA? Well, the Clippers at least? Is it back to the lottery?
No. I don't think so, because they did pick up Patrick Beverly, great on-ball defensive player, right?
He's a ball hawk for sure.
Yeah.
And they got Lou Williams also in that deal. And
he came back to LA.
They got a couple other players too. I can't remember their names off top. And then they got a pick. So, I mean, they got decent value for CP, but, I mean, obviously Houston won that trade because they got the best player in the trade. That's usually my opinion on trades. If you get the best player in the trade, you won the trade. There's exceptions to that, but for the most part, that's typically how it works.
But I don't know if the Rockets are that much better, though, now that they have Chris Paul.
Well, it seems like they're going to take James Harden off the ball, which could be a mistake, because he had
the dude's a playmaker.
Career year playing point guard.
The big thing is, though, what happened to him in the last game in the playoffs?
He shrunk in the moment. I mean, it happens.
It's not like the first time, right?
No.
He's had that again when he was with the Thunder, right, in the finals against the Heat.
Yeah.
And he was just coming off the bench, though. What did he do in the finals, man? He kind of played...
Shrunk in the moment.
Yeah.
I mean... But
so this might be... You think this is a track...
So maybe that's why they got Chris Paul, because they know CP can handle the clutch moments for the most part. So we'll see if that translates over to Houston. I don't know how they're both going to play together, just because they're both ball-dominant guards. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. It's going to be fun to watch. I mean, next season's going to be hype, dude. I can't wait.
They lost J.J. Redick.
Went to
the Sixers. Yeah, that's a good pickup for the Sixers, though, man.
He's going to go there and shoot the ball for him. That's a good look for them. And then it's a good look for him. He only signed like a 1-year deal. So he's just auditioning for other teams, too. You know, it's just like, I'm going to go there and shoot the lights out and try to get to a contender at some point.
Clippers, they won't be, I don't think they'll be lottery. They might be in the middle, though. Maybe fighting for the 8th or 7th.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's tough. After the last 5 years of 50-win seasons. I mean, that's a tough thing to go back to. But as long as they are smart with who they sign, keep a little bit of cap space for next summer when everyone wants to be a free agent and then it's going to be a crazy time, they can retool just as fast. You have to be smart. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
You know why I'm smiling a little bit?
No, I would love for you to tell me.
This is off topic from what we were just talking about, NBA, totally left field, but you know, I was smiling because I'm like, yo, right now in the moment, this feels comfortable for me. When we first started filming, just now, about 16 minutes ago, you know, it took me a second to gather my thoughts and be like, okay, we're actually doing this, and this is what we came here to do, and now we're actually doing it, and we're flowing, and we're in the moment. So I was just smiling because I was like, I can get used to this, talking like this, you know. Yeah.
So what's next?
You want to stay on basketball?
Saucing on you. I'm swagging, I'm swagging, I'm swagging.